Okay, so today I will explain you how to create a new project in TestComplete. How to create a project from scratch actually in TestComplete. So first of all, you need to launch TestComplete. I have already done that. There is a After the installation, you will get an icon at desktop. You need to double click on this icon, and then TestComplete will be launched. And you should have a valid license to work on TestComplete. I already have a license and it is already activated. So to create a new project suite and then project in TestComplete, you first need to go here in file. After that, you need to click on new button. Here you can see three options: new project suite, new project, and new item. We will first create a project suite by the sample project suite. Then you can select the location where you want to save this project. In my case, I want in D drive. I can create a new folder as complete sample projects. Create this folder, select it. The folder location is this, and the sample project suite name is sample project suite. Click on OK. It is created, and save changes made to the following items. Actually, I have already opened one previous project. It is asking me if I want to save those changes. Just discard the previous one. A new project suite is created with name sample project suite. After that, you need to just simply after that we need to create a project. Under this project suite, you can create multiple projects. So let's create one project. Right click on this project suite options, click on add button. You can see three options. We want to add a new item, so select this. Type is project or TestComplete project. We can name it sample project. Here you can select the language in which you write your automation scripts. So there are multiple options: C Sharp script, C++, Delphi script, JavaScript, JScript, Python, and VB script. So you can select whichever language you want to select. Just I wanted to tell you that once you select a language, you cannot change that language in that project going forward. So select accordingly. So in our case, we will be selecting VB script. So these are two checkboxes: generate the default content and use XPath and CSS selectors for web objects. So this checkbox will only be used for website testing. Right now we are focusing on desktop based application testing, so we will uncheck this and click on OK button. A project with default contents will be created here. So a project is created, execution plan is created, keyword test, default keyword test is added, and one script is also added. So if you want to perform keyword testing, keyword driven testing, you can add your automation scripts here. And if you want to write descriptive programming, you can add your scripts here in script section. Okay, so our default project is created. So let's start. Let me give you example of a notepad application, how to automate a simple notepad test case. So if you want to perform automation on notepad, you need to add that application in tested apps. So for that, first you need to click on sample project, right click on the sample project. Here you can see add item. I want to add a new item. Once you select this, there are multiple options that you can add in your project, like events, image repository, low level procedure collection, manual tests, name mapping, network suite core, ODT scenarios, tested application, user forms, web services. In our case, we want tested application. Okay, so select tested application. Let the name be default tested apps. Okay, you can see here node is added with tested apps name. So just after that, we want to add notepad because our target application in notepad here. So just simply right click on this, add, select new item. So Notepad is a generic Windows application. There are multiple options you can select from here. So in our case we need to select generic Windows application. Select this. Now we need to provide the path of Notepad application. So for that, okay, let's perform automation on Notepad++. So open file location. This is the shortcut icon. Click on this. So more options. Open file location. This is my Notepad / Notepad.exe. Select this complete address and let's go back to test complete. Paste it here. If you want to pass any command line parameters, like if you want to run any application in aggressive mode, or if you want to pass any parameter, then you can pass it here. In our case we don't need any parameters. Let's finish it. So as you can see, it is added here. You can add multiple tested applications by simply clicking add a new item, and you can also categorize by adding folders here. Okay, so I added this Notepad++ application. Now we can go back to this script. Let's do descriptive programming by writing a script here. I personally think that this is the best approach. I prefer scripting instead of keyword testing. So here, let's create a sample function. Uh, Launch function, launch notepad. Okay, I have created this function. The function, as you can see, the name of the function is already saying that it is for launching Notepad++. So let's write a one-line code to launch Notepad. Call. You can simply use tested apps dot Notepad. Here you can see the list of apps that you added. Notepad, this one, then dot launch. Okay, if this function is created. Now to call this function, we can go to execution plan, and here we can add one new test item. So this execution plan is actually used to run our automation functions. So in what sequence you want to run it, in what like iterations. Here you can select the iterations. Here you can select the timeout, what will happen when any error occurs. So uh, let's start by running launch notepad. Launch notepad. Okay, here you need to call that function. It automatically selected because we have only one function here. If you have multiple functions, it will be available here, like launch notepad, close notepad, and others. Okay, as you can see, this is added. The function is added here. If we right click on this function and select run focused, let's first close our notepad. Okay, if we right click on this function and run focused item, it will call that function. Okay, object doesn't support this property. Let's see why we are getting this error. First, let's get rid of this underscore here. This is, I think, sometimes these special characters are not good for your project scripting. Okay, so it is not tested apps, notepad. This is refreshed. Let's go to script, tested app. Pad dot. Do we have run here? I think we need to use run instead of launch. Okay, let's save it. Go to our execution plan. Sample project. Right click. Click on run as run the focused item. Okay. So let's hope it's ran successfully. Okay. Suppose if you want to add another function here, function close pad. You simply need to call sorry, tested apps dot notepad dot, you have terminate here, terminate. Okay, let's add one more item in the execution plan. New child item. First will launch, then close. Okay, close. Call that close function here. Close notepad. Okay, test case. Save. Let's close notepad. Run focused item. Notepad launched and then closed. This is one end-to-end scenario of launching notepad and then closing it. You can in between do any sort of actions like writing any notes on the notepad and saving the file. You can create separate functions for that. So this is a small video explaining the basic thing how to create a project test suite, then project, then first automation test, a small automation test, how to add tested apps, all these things.